All right, guys, I'm honored to be speaking to this next guest. You know him as one of the men behind CKB and, of course, in Israel Adesanya's corner at UFC Saudi, Coach Mike Angove. Thank you so much for joining me, man. I know it's not the easiest time right now to be doing interviews.
Yeah, that's professional sport, though. We choose to operate in a sport where the margins for wins and losses are split seconds, and fight sports is a harsh mistress. So when she rejects you, you're certainly rejected.
The first round, though, you couldn't have asked for much more. Israel looked great. The game plan you guys had for him looked like it was paying off. Leg kicks looked great. The takedown defense looked great. Um, at the end of that first round, things, I would imagine things were going to plan as you guys would have been planning and strategizing at CKB going into this, right?
Yeah, yeah. Look, of course, but the name of the game is, particularly in small gloves, you can't make mistakes. We made a mistake, and Nazardine, I would say, with his team, recognised when we made that mistake, and he jumped on it, which means they had to have planned. So you've got to congratulate them for that. Obviously there was Izzy got poked in the eye. There was a break. Izzy didn't want to take the break and was just keen to get on with it. But in doing that, he didn't reset as you normally would and create some space. That means you're still in the firing zone, and then you wanted to keep the pressure on. And that's just one of those things that just happens. He felt he was doing well on the fight and wanted to keep that pressure on. And Nazardine caught him switching. Beautiful right hand. It resonated around the stadium, and he couldn't he couldn't recover from that. It was right on the button. Then he followed up with a left hook against the cage, and then the referee came in and stopped it. So what do? We're just gutted, but we got nothing to complain about. Great young fighter coming up. I think we showed enough to say that we're still a potential threat in that division. But we wake up this morning, the nightmare's still there, but we still get to go on and go back to our kids, see our families, and continue to work in the sport we love.
I just have to ask, with that eye poke, did that impact Israel's vision afterwards when you guys spoke, or was it just a situation where he didn't get a chance to reset?
No, he just got flicked in the eye. It does put you off momentarily, but that he could see clearly enough when it came to reset. It's just one of those things that you've got to be very careful. An experienced pro, will cramp the distance when a referee breaks something, and you have to make sure that you create your own space, you reset, or you circle back to center ring or whatever. But if you're in the heat of the moment, you want to put the pressure on, which is what happened. That's just what happens. It's just a fight. At the end of the day, it's just a fight. So we just have to deal with it.
I know you told me that this was one of the best camps you've had with Israel, though, right? Going into this fight, you mentioned it. Joe Lopez was there in New Zealand. He mentioned it too. Now, that the fight is all said and done, was this the best camp? Were there any issues going into this fight at all?
No, we had a great camp. I mean, you could see he was in great nick. His gas tank would have run really deep. He was looking sharp. He was in far better shape than for the past couple of fights. There was no stone left unturned in training. He looked good. He just got clipped. And again, at an elite level, you make a split-second mistake, and the other team who's been watching enough tape on you to maybe anticipate your movements, you get clipped and small gloves, and the fight's over very, very quickly.
Obviously, right now, Israel's just figuring out what he wants to do next. He's accomplished so much, so we'll see what he decides. But for you personally, let's say that might be one of the last times he steps out into the octagon and the ring. What's it meant for you to be able to, be a part of his journey, be a part of all these moments?
Obviously, I'm not going to start dialing in a eulogy for his career. not at all. Those are things for Israel to work through. Yes, he's already established himself as one of the all-time great. And we've been a part of history, but I'm not going to write a eulogy on that, not by any stretch. There's a process that Izzy needs to go through over the next couple of weeks. Let's let him work through what he's doing. We know that he showed enough last night that he's a threat to anyone in the top 5 of that division. There's no question. But unfortunately, he got clipped, and we're now coming off the back of 3 losses. But let's just see how things pan out. In terms of the broader picture, Israel, Kai, Dan Hooker, Carlos Solberg, these are guys who have made history for New Zealand combat sports. And at the end of the day, a little like Volk as well, who made history, and Rob Whittaker, who made history for Australian combat sports. We just have to be, very satisfied to have a small part to play in that.
All right, guys, it's time for a new year and a new you, thanks to our friends at Manscaped. Have you sorted all the best products to get you looking good downstairs and all over your body in 2025? Performance Package 5.0 Ultra by Manscaped is your secret weapon for stepping into 2025 sharp, clean, and confident. Don't be the guy that rolls into January looking like you just emerged from hibernation. Let the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra, the Weed Whacker 2.0 handle your overgrowth so you can focus on leveling up. Start 2025 with precision, because the only thing that should be growing this year is your success and not your scruff. Join the 11 million men worldwide who trust Manscaped. Use the code word submission now. Keep this show going. Get 20% off and free shipping today. Performance Package 5.0 Ultra is the all-in-one grooming kit. Of course, I mentioned it before, but I'll say it again. Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra is the best tool you could have. It also comes with the Weed Whacker 2.0 ear and nose hair trimmer. Full aftercare, which helps you treat yourself right with the crop soother, and the crop preserver keeps you fresh and comfortable and confident, so you're always ready to move forward. And you get some free gift. Kick off the year with a bonus that elevates your routine. The Boxers 2.0, which I love to wear. They're one of the most comfortable boxers you can wear. And the Shed 2.0 toiletry bag, which I take with me everywhere I go. Manscaped has a 30-day money-back guarantee as well, so you can try it risk-free right now. Use the code word submission. Go right now, 20% off and free shipping. And I just want to talk to you guys about Saily as well. Saily is an unbelievable app that's going to change the game forever when it comes to travel, and you want to be covered with your phone. Forget lining up at airports and having to get a new SIM, taking your SIM out, keeping it in a little baggie, making sure you don't lose it. Forget all of that. Saily has you sorted. All you got to do is download the app, choose the amount that you want to spend, what country you want to go to, and boom, like that, you are sorted. I just went to New Zealand. I was absolutely covered. I didn't want to spend the $10 or $20 or $30 a day that I was going to have to spend because of my provider. I put in an amount. It had me covered the entire time, and I even still have data left over because it was so smooth and easy. One of the things I love about Saily as well that you may not realize is it actually comes with an ad blocker. So if you're watching videos or doing stuff on the internet, why waste your data on ads? The ad blocker has you sorted, and it comes with web protection as well. You know, malware on your device is the last thing you need on your travels, and Saily gets you sorted and protected too. So why not jump on right now, use the code word submission, get 15% off. All you gotta do is download the app, choose your destination, where you wanna go, the amount of money you wanna spend, activate it on your phone without having to take out your SIM card, without having to line up at airports, without having to re-sign different documents. Saily has you sorted, whether you need a little bit of data or a lot of data, whatever your plan is, Saily has you covered wherever you go in the world. Go on right now, check out the app. It's the most seamless and easiest process when it comes to travel eSIMs that you can experience. Use the code word submission, 15% off. Jump on right now. What are you waiting for? Grab your Saily today. If you're traveling tomorrow, next month, get it sorted today. Use the code word submission while it's still active. It's 15% off. Saily.com/submission gets you sorted. Try it today, whether it's a lot of data, small amount of data. Saily has you sorted. Easy, seamless, highly recommended. Now back to the program. Mike, I also wonder, do you think Imavov has earned his right for the title shot next, or do you think Hamzat is still in there and potentially the next challenger for the winner of DDP and Sean Strickland?
Look, those are decisions for the matchmakers. Imavov has earned a shot. There's no question. Hamzat's also defeated the next champion, so he's earned a shot, and he's also defeated the welterweight champ. But you know, you leave that to the matchmakers. I would say in that top 5, it's a very, very tight, evenly matched crew. I think Hamzat's potentially the boogeyman in the sense that we haven't seen how the guys in the top 5 will deal with what's quite a unique skill set that he has, particularly in middleweight. So, you know, it's incredibly evenly matched, and I think on any given day, you know, that top 5 could swap titles. I think you could see a period of instability potentially, because it's very, very close.
Obviously, UFC Sydney next for you guys, so the train doesn't stop rolling. But I just wanted to say as well, as always, super impressive the way Israel handled this loss, the class that he had with Imavov backstage, the fact that he's been out there showing, you know, what a true champion is outside of the octagon, and the way you guys have handled the situation as well. Very inspiring. As we wrap up, is there any sort of final thoughts, any last things that you wanted to mention? I know we wanted to keep this quick. It's been a crazy 24 hours for you.
Look, there's a couple of things I like to mention. And firstly, that one thing that disappoints me within fandom, and I know it's part and parcel of it, but as Larry Holmes once said, you know, about someone's ability to hold his jock strap. You know, when you get people who jump on people's misfortune and are incredibly abusive, I really detest that as an athlete, and it's been disappointing to see that immediately. But we also accept that's, you know, we have to have thick skin, and that's part and parcel of the sport. People love and hate as fans. We understand that. But I'd also point out that people don't see the hard work that the losers of these bouts often put in. And aside from that, I think just generally sort of, you've said it, we move forward. I fly back today, and then I'm going to be cornering Rong Zhu and Kevin Jusay. Frankie Hickman's flying back from here. He's going to be cornering Wei Li. You know, so the circus rolls on, and we've got other fighters that we've now got to work with. Israel will be flying into Sydney to support as well, and that's what it is to be a team: wins, losses, and draws. We pick ourselves off, and then we get on with it.
Absolute pure class, Mike. I appreciate your time. I look forward to seeing you in Sydney. And I thank you for joining me during, you know, a pretty rough 24 hours. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much, Mike.
No problem. Cheers.